ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः. Yesterday, in our first class, we chanted Bhagavad Gita Dhyana Slokam, and we have given a little explanation about the history and introduction about that 9 slokas. And yesterday also we told we will see the very brief meaning of those Dhyana slokas on the following days. So today being second day, we are going to see the sloka. Today only one sloka. The order of the sloka what we chanted is different than what we are going to see the meaning of that particular sloka, because here pranams and namaskarams and salutations too, 4 different things are there. One is for the whole text of Mahabharata itself, salutations, and another one is salutations to Bhagavad Gita, then salutations to Vedavyasa, then salutation to Lord Krishna. So we will see in this order, because first whole book is Mahabharatam, then the important within the Mahabharatam is Bhagavad Gita, then who has codified it and what exactly the main teaching of Bhagavad Gita and who has done it, that we will see one by one. First, we will chant the 7th Dhyana Slokam and we will see the meaning of it today. Paracharya Vajas Sarojamamalam Gīdārtha-gandhotkatam Nāṇā-jñānaka-kesaram Harikatha Sambodhana-bodhitam Loke Satchana-satpadairaharaha Epiyamanam Muda Bhūyāt Bharata Pangajam Kalimala Pradvamsi Nasreyase. So this is the 7th sloka. See, the very basic meaning is study of Mahabharata and study of Gita is the most auspicious one. It is also the main source of our happiness. So by studying Mahabharata and Bhagavad Gita, we will surely attain the most happiness in this world. What is the most happiness? That is the big topic. That is the key teaching of Bhagavad Gita. That we shall see later. But here, the very basic meaning is that. But the real happiness, jnanam, knowledge, atma vichar. Finally, we should understand the jnana yogam, practice it. At the end, get liberation from everything. That is the main thing. That is Tatparyartham. Happiness, normal word, but what is true happiness? that is Jnanam. That we'll see in the coming classes. Today we shall concentrate only on this particular sloka. So Paracharyavacha Sarojamamalam Geedartha Gandhotkatam Nanajnanaka Kesaram Harikatha Sambodhana Bodhitam Loke Sachana Satpadarahairaha Pebiya Manam Muta Bhuyat Parada Pangajam Kalimala Pratvamsi Sreyase. Here Mahabharata is referred as the lotus. What type of lotus? Amala lotus. So Mahabharatam is Pangajam. What type of Pangajam? Amalam Pangajam. Malam is impurity. Amalam means pure, spotless. So the pure, spotless Mahabharatam, the pure, spotless lotus, that is the adjective to Mahabharatam. Paracharyavacha Sarojam. The real lotus is from the pond. Here the pond is Vedavyasa's words, because Mahabharatam, it is really big. That's why Maha title has come. It is 1 lakh slokas. So that 1 lakh slokas, it has come from son of Paracharya, that is Vedavyasa, from his pond of words, lake of words. Geedartha Gandhotkatam. So lotus means not lotus normally like closed lotus and blossomed lotus. Here talks the Mahabharatam is blossomed lotus. So inside the lotus, the fragrance, the honey, that is referred here is Bhagavad Gita is the most fragrance with honey. So inside the Mahabharata lotus, the fragrance is Bhagavad Gita. The sweet fragrance is Bhagavad Gita. Nanajnanaka Kesaram. How the lotus has many petals. So this Bhagavad Gita as well as Mahabharatam has its lot of episodes, chapters, adhyayas. Harikatha Sambodhana Bodhitam. But what it deals with? It deals with narration of Harikatha, the stories of Hari, glories of Hari. Then Aharaha Pepiyamanam. It is always the honey drink honeys, the honeybees drink honeys from any flower daily, not occasionally, daily. It comes and takes the honey, sucks the honey. Like that, this Mahabharatam and Bhagavad Gita should be studied daily. That's the real meaning. Muda, joyously, happily. You should not study, that's your duty or work. Happily, you have to study that. Sajjana Satpadaihi. Sajjana, good people, wise people. what type of honey bees will come and suck the honeys from the fragrance inside the lotus. The same way, only good people, that doesn't mean bad people should not study. They can also study Bhagavad Gita. By that, they will become from impurity to purity. The good people can study by default. The bad people, by studying Mahabharata and Gita, they will become purified. Loke, in this world, Kalimala Pratvamsi. So it destroys the impurities. By studying Bhagavad Gita and Mahabharata, destroys the impurities. Bhuyat na shreyase. Let that be main source of our supreme good. Means who don't want goodness in this world? We want everything good. For that you have to study simple things. You have to study Mahabharata. Here the real meaning is, the real teaching of Mahabharata is Bhagavad Gita. So you have to, one who purified by studying Mahabharata, in this sense here Bhagavad Gita, they will get purified and thus get the ultimate happiness. That's the basic meanings. The happiness, it's a broad meaning. What do you mean by real happiness? That is Atma Vicharam. That is the main study of Bhagavad Gita. That we will study in the next sloka. So, to get your happiness, you have to study Bhagavad Gita and Mahabharatam daily. What type of happiness? That when we get into Bhagavad Gita, we shall understand clearly. So today, with this sloka explanation, I'll complete this class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Hari Om Tat Sat.